Well, hello there, my fellow rushers. How are you doing today? King Rexy here, and today we're having another very interesting hero design that was sent to me by Liz, I guess. And she made a quite an interesting hero design for Kingdom Rush Vengeance. She made Eldlich or Eldlich, whatever you want to pronounce him, the Golden Lord, and he is a hero for Kingdom Rush Vengeance. And here's how he's gonna look like, and look at that. He looks kind of like a card from Yu-Gi-Oh in a way. I don't know, something about him kind of screams Yu-Gi-Oh to me. It's probably not. He's probably from like a completely different show or slash game. So you can sue me in the comments and tell me from where this reference image is. But he looks pretty dope. Now she was able to also write down a pretty decent amount of lore, which is nice. I read through it all in my personal time, and I would say the story is spot on. Pretty good story. Well done by her. If you want to read the lore of the champion and you want to get a little bit more in detail as to how he came to be, then you can check the document down into the description. I leave it pretty much every time, so yeah, you can check it out. You can check it out if you want to. So, without any further ado, let's get to the statistics of this champion and see what we're dealing with. So at level 10, the HP that he has is only 100. Ooh, that's not too good. 100 HP, that's bad. But maybe there's a reason for it. Heal rate, 24 per second. Alright, so a quarter of his health pretty much heals every 2 seconds. Pretty nice. Melee damage, 27 to 34 on 1 second attack rate, so pretty nice. A little bit over 30 damage on average per second. Not bad. So, yeah. Speed, 3.2. I would say it's decent movement speed. 40% armor, so at least he's not gonna die like in a blink of an eye. He has some armor. But he does have 6-second respawn rate, so that kind of makes up for his very bad HP. He has 6-second respawn rate, which is really short. It's almost as short as Phoenix's respawn rate, but I think her respawn rate is 5 seconds, so he's just a little shy of it. Okay, now, Eldlich's attacks deal... attack damage is physical. So he deals physical damage, alright, good to know. And enemies killed by Eldlich grant 15% extra gold. Oh, I like that. So basically, if you kill something, you get 15% extra value for it. Unlike, what was this champion called? Captain Blackthorn, where whenever an enemy dies near him, he gains extra gold for it. With this champion, you have to kill someone by yourself in order to get the gold, I would assume. So yeah, that's pretty good. 15% extra gold, it's nothing too crazy, but if you're dealing with like high tier enemies which give you like 100 gold, this could be making some decent differences. Now let's see what his innate ability is. What kills you makes you stronger. Lol. Innate ability. Every time Eldlich dies, he receives 20 extra max HP when he respawns. He also receives 8% buffs to his attack damage. This buff applies to his basic attack damage, so if he respawns twice, the second respawn will grant him a second buff to his base attack, and not current attack that had 8% buff from the previous respawn. There is no limit for stacking this ability. Goddamn. So basically, this champion is a giant snowball. He can die again and again and again, and he's just gonna get stronger. He's gonna get extra health, and he's gonna get a lot of extra damage. Like 8% buff to his basic attack may sound like it's low, but if he dies like 5 times, that's 40% damage increase, which is pretty substantial. I do like that. I love this. Pretty good. Like that's a very unique passive. Like none of the champions in Kingdom Rush has this mechanic where you want to kill them on purpose so that way they can become stronger. With this guy, you pretty much want to send him all in. You want him to die, and then boom, he gets stronger and stronger every time he dies. Pretty good, pretty good. Especially in Vengeance, where the levels take like 25 to 30 minutes to beat. He can use this passive very efficiently. I like that. Very unique. Moving on to his first ability, Gold Dust. It's an active ability which costs 1, 2, and an additional 2 hero points. So let's see. Eldlich fires out off a pile of gold dust onto enemies in a cone shape radius in front of him. The gold dust will deal 20 to 29, 26 to 35, and then 34 to 42 true damage to all enemies in range. The skill is also affected by the damage buff to Eldlich's Innate Ability. This ability has a 12 seconds cooldown, so basically what you're telling me is when his passive procs, aka when he dies and respawns, that ability is basically gonna do like 8% more damage or something. It's based on the damage buff, so 8%. Yeah, I can see this being pretty strong late game. Even though in the early game it may do like as much as like tickling an enemy, late game this ability will be pretty strong. So I like that. Single purchase, another active ability that costs 2 and an additional 2 hero points. When Eldlich enters melee combat, the enemy that attacks him while this ability is active will be forced to fight on his side for 10, 14, and then 18 seconds. Wow, pretty strong. This acts like the possession ability from the Spectre's Mausoleum Tower. After the possession is over, the enemy will be insta-killed if it has 500 or less maximum HP. The ability has 24 seconds cooldown. Well, I do love this ability. having the ability to just possess someone like that, it's ridiculously strong. Especially if you possess something that has a lot of damage like a Demolisher. Imagine a Demolisher on your side, that would be hilarious. You're gonna have so much frontline and a lot of damage to pack with it. And if the target is low enough, he's gonna get insta-killed, which is pretty nice. And there's not that much downtime to the ability, only 6 seconds downtime before you can possess someone again. Really like that. A little OP, but I would say it's okay. You know, it's just slightly OP, just a little bit. Moving on, what do we have here? Eldlands Curse. Eldlands? I think that's how you pronounce it. So it's a passive ability. It costs 3, 3, and an additional 3 hero. Wait. Oh, it's a passive. Oh my god. What am I can't read today. Okay, let me redo it. So, Eldlands Curse. Passive ability. It has 3, 3, and then 3 seconds cooldown. So, I'm not really sure why does it. So, it's a passive ability that has a cooldown. Alright. Let's see. When an enemy gets killed near Eldlich, he will spawn one of his golden servants on the location the enemy was killed. Every dead enemy has a 50-50 chance to either turn into a golden soldier or a golden alchemist. A golden soldier has 150 HP, 24 to 32 melee physical damage and 1.2 seconds attack speed with 40% armor. Alright, and a golden alchemist has 120 HP. It deals 24 to 32 ranged magic damage, and he deals between 20 to 24 melee physical damage, 1 second attack speed, and no armor. All of the golden soldiers and alchemists last for 18 seconds. Okay, so if somebody dies near him, he's gonna get resurrected. I can kind of get why the passive has a slight cooldown, because imagine if you kill like 10 enemies at once near Eldlich. You're gonna get a lot of extra units, and I think that'll be very unfair. So I like the way the creator balanced the ability by giving it a slight cooldown, which is nice. I would say both units are pretty solid. You know, they're not OP, they're not super strong, but it's a unit nonetheless. So yeah, the thing is that you never know what you're gonna get. It's a 50-50 chance, similar to Lilith's ultimate. You don't know what you're gonna get out of it. But because it has such a frequent occurrence, you're most likely gonna get an equal amount of golden soldiers and alchemists in a one game. So let's move on to the next one. Equivalent Exchange, another passive ability that costs 4, 5, and then 6 hero points. Wow, that's expensive. It must be good. On his 15th respawn, Eldlich will spawn not as himself, but as a Mad Golden Lord. Oh my god, that looks dope. Wow, I really like the reference image. Looks insanely good. So let's see. On spawn, the Mad Golden Lord will perform a huge eruption from the Philosopher's Stone that will damage all enemies on screen with 125 and then 150 true damage. Well, that's not OP at all. No, it seems balanced. Basically having a Birsat's ultimate. Although, you can only do it probably once, because it says on his 15th respawn. So basically you have to die 15 times in order to turn into this monstrosity up in here. From now on, Eldritch stats will be as follows. Also, he gets different stats? Oh, unique. 600 health. Alright, that's a significant improvement. 54 health per 2 seconds, I would assume. Melee damage, again, probably physical. Wait, I think he says it here. The Mad Golden Lord's attacks will now deal true damage. Oh, alright, so he deals true damage now. 57 to 84 true damage on 1.2 seconds attack speed. Very solid. He's gonna be chunking enemies now. Alright, very high damage with decent attack speed. The movement speed I think is the same, 3.2. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, just so I know. He's gonna get 60% armor, so he has 60% armor now, so basically getting 50% more armor from his previous form. And now his respawn time is 18 seconds instead of 6. Because, you know, now he is stupendously strong. Let's see what else he has to say about this ability. He will also receive all damage buffs gained by Eldlich. The buffs are still gained by 8% per respawn, but they are the percentage buffs of Eldlich, not the Golden Lord. Alright. The Goldust ability will now have double the damage and have half the cooldown. Ooh, so it's gonna be a pretty easy spammable AoE attack. I like that. The signal purchase will have half the cooldown and possess the enemy for twice as long. Excuse me, twice as long. So you already possess an enemy for like, let me check. Where is this ability? There it is. 18 seconds you can possess an enemy. Double that. That's 34 seconds. I would like to talk to you, sir, because this ability may be a little bit broken. Like 34 seconds for possession. This is insanely long. Alright, a little bit over the top, but that's definitely cool. Imagine having an enemy for 34 seconds. And also the single purchase has half the cooldown, so you pretty much can possess multiple enemies at once. Oh my god, I love that. I love this guy, man. This is, I mean, sure, it is broken, but wow. I love the creativity. Okay, now let's get to the ultimate ability. The Final Reckoning hero spell. It's gonna cost 4 and an additional 4 hero points. Eldritch floats in midair and performs a huge eruption from the Philosopher's Stone that deals 240, 280, and 340 true damage in a radius around himself. The radius is the size of a tier 1 Swamp Thing tower, so we're talking pretty big radius. All enemies killed by this skill will be turned into golden soldiers or golden alchemists. If Eldlich is in his Mad Golden Lord form, the radius of the skill will be increased by 50%, and all golden servants spawned by the skill will last infinitely, or until they're killed. This ability has 45 seconds cooldown. Wow. Okay, so far I really like this hero. And yeah, let's get to the hero quotes. Now I'm not sure how he's gonna sound like, so I'm just gonna read it in my normal voice. If I can see it, I can buy it. This is also the selection quote. Alright, cool. Just looking at you makes me feel poor. Hands off the cape. You'll stain it. Ha ha ha. This is rich. And you're not. Ha 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 ha. You think you can defeat me? Do you not realize who I am? I am so rich I can buy myself from the dead. Over and over and over again. This is the dead quote. When his Mad Golden Lord when his Mad Golden Lord skill is being activated, Eldritch's voice will turn into a low-pitched demonic voice as the line proceeds. Oh, alright. When in his Mad Golden Lord form, his quotes will be replaced by a series of roars and cackles. Thank you for reading to my hero design concept. Well, I would say that you did an amazing job with this hero. I would say it's a little bit OP, mostly because of the double duration of the possession and the fact that it has half the cooldown. The Final Reckoning can be a little bit overpowered if used in the right scenario, but I would say you have to be in a correct spot, and you need a good positioning in order to make the most out of this skill. I do like the Golden Lord form though. Very unique way to make a hero, because unlike most heroes, they usually have they have like stats and they're like, we can't do any more than that. It's just, we have like X amount of damage and that's about it. With this champion, that's not the case. He evolves, basically. So, even though he starts off being super weak in the beginning, as long as he reaches his 15 death power spike, that's when he transforms into this Golden Lord. And that's when the whole magic happens. So, basically, you want to kill this guy as often as you can in the early game until you get the Golden Lord form triggered. Some pretty unique playstyle, I would say. The uniqueness of this hero is what makes me intrigued. Sure, is he OP? I would say yes. But that doesn't mean that he is not unique. The uniqueness is what I'm aiming for in these series. I want to discover unique hero designs that you guys make, and I would say this person made a very unique hero design that's super unique. Well done, man. Well done. You did a great job. And yeah, guys. Well, with that out of the way, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future. And while you're at it, drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. And remember, if you want to read the lore of Eldlich, then you can read it in the document that I will leave down into the description. So yeah. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.